Greg.
How you doing, Mark?
I'm good. I'm good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 80-60 rule. As we said, I'm Mark. I'm 60, and that's
Greg, and I'm 80.
all right. Basically,
I'm happy that I'm 80.
And you're very good. I'm happy you're 80 too. No, I'm happy you're 80 also. Because you're not 82.
Yes, that was.
Okay. All right. Anyway, once a week or so we get together and go over news of the day and news of the not news of the day. So Greg had a couple of things off the top of your head, right?
Yeah, let's discuss. I enjoyed what's in the newspaper, what I read, what I hear about, and I've talked to some listeners about sports. I love sports, and they said listener Lou says to me, talk about the Hall of Fame, and just to see what your listeners think. Different people in the Hall of Fame should be in the Hall of Fame, and
talking baseball or what?
All the sports, and like the Blackhawks. I said, who? Give me somebody in the Hall of Fame. They said it should be Hossa.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, Marian Hossa. Yeah,
I'm not into hockey as much as I am other sports.
Oh yeah, yeah. Hossa was a beast.
What makes him good?
Oh my God! What made him good was his puck control. Well, first of all, he had a hell of a shot, but he could hold on to the puck with 30 guys around him. I don't know if his arms were 3 feet longer than everybody's. I know he had a long stick, but he could hold on to the puck, and it was always like everything calmed down when he got the puck. It was like, oh, good, he's got it. Plus, hell of a goal scorer. Yeah, he's a Stanley Cup winner. So pencil mine in for yes for him.
All right. Another friend of mine, Jim, said to me, the White Sox, Mark Burley.
Oh, what do you think?
I don't know enough. I looked at his statistics; they're fine, but I don't know if.
What do you mean they're fine? Like, did you compare him to other people in the Hall of Fame?
I didn't look at that. I thought there would be more, but he had one hell of he had a long season,
long career. He was I don't know if it's Hall of Fame though, but boy, he was fun to watch too. He was so fun to watch because he worked so fast. It was when those guys come along who work so fast, you wish they were all like that. Yeah. Great pitcher, but I don't think Hall of Fame.
Cubs, for the Chicago Cubs, I can't think of anybody right now.
No, right. The only one would be Contreras, like long shot, but no. I mean, he's not. He's a good offensive player, but not a dominant offensive player. He's definitely a dominant defensive player. Ever since he came up, that aggressiveness. Is defense only, he's in the Hall of Fame. But
that's a good point you have. Like, what do you think? Like, I was looking at the Phillies, trying to think of Jimmy Rollins. His average wasn't good, but being an MVP, does that?
Yeah. Well, I guess we could probably look in. There might be multiple MVPs who aren't in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know. So I don't know if MVP. I don't think just MVP does it. So, but he drove in a lot of runs, didn't he? For where he was in the batting orders.
Yeah, and he was inspiring. That you get a good. I mean, say a teammate, a guy bringing it together. I don't know. Then I thought of Ryan Howard also. He was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Interesting.
I don't know. I think his problem is that he was going like this and then right.
Which is like
yeah. So I don't know if we're looking for sustainability for the Hall of Fame. Probably.
And I've learned one thing about players because I love watching them. You cannot fall in love with your players.
No, they don't fall in love with you.
the Phillies, some of my friends back home are so upset with Ruben Amaro Jr.
Oh,
because he kept which I liked it when he did that, but you realize you're wrong.
Right.
Utley,
Right.
Amaro, uh, uh, Rollins, some of the good, you
Yeah.
fall in love with your players, and we're paying for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of paying, can I throw out this? It was very interesting to me, and I thought it was good that the New York Mets released Robinson Cano, even though he's a MVP type guy. He's done well. He was batting 195 average, and then what I'm saying that what they released, and it cost them $40 million to release him.
Really?
They ate $40 million.
But
That's a big
wow.
salary.
Oh my God.
So
yeah,
teams are there to win.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
What if somebody else picks them up? Then they're not on the hook for that, right?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I doubt it. And I bet you somebody picks him up.
He's done nothing.
No, he's done nothing. I think the only reason I think he made the opening day roster is because, remember, it was expanded. MLB expanded it because of the short spring training.
Yes.
So when they had to make those cuts, then he's
exactly right. You're right. You're right. But still, that's Robinson. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
And another thing I was thinking of with the Bulls, I'm always thinking, how do you get what happens to the Bulls now? What do you do? I don't know. I don't know if Levine is going to sign again. I think he might go somewhere else.
Yeah, well, this would be his huge. He's 27, right? So this would be this would be like his huge contract right here.
Right. And I don't think he's a guy that you ride on the bus with. When I say that, but you know what I'm trying to say.
He won't take you to the dance.
Take you to the dance.
Or no, he might take you to the dance, but he doesn't get you up in the hayloft.
Right. I think so. He would be a good complimentary, but not or here they expected him to be with Levine, with Rosen, and Luke. So it's just interesting.
Right.
Well, I was wondering what people that are listening, what you think. I would appreciate your comments. It's all about discussion. What do we think?
Right. So comment down below, and we'd love to talk about it.
Please. It's just interesting. Just have discussion.
And that's actually, I mean, as we were just mentioned, when you talked about Burley, I went like, oh man, Burley fans are so passionate that I probably just ticked somebody off by saying, I don't think so. But anyway.
Right, exactly. Well, we're just opinions. You know, we would probably be somewhere else, not here if we were professional. Huh?
Okay, whatever you say.
I think, right? I think
I'm going with you.
Just a comment. It's interesting. Like I love asking. I've been asking, and I'd like you to continue calling me up and letting me know what sport you would play if you were an all-star. And the other day, first time I got somebody said lacrosse.
Oh, they must have played it in college or something then.
Yeah.
Right? They probably did in there, and yeah.
And it's interesting. Baseball's still winning because people played with their parents when they were little. Baseball.
Right.
They didn't play football.
Not with the parents.
Not with the parents. They played baseball.
Unless, your mom's, anyway, we didn't play with our parents.
I was talking to a parent who was watching his, either his parent or his grandchild or whatever. They were saying, please strike out. It's cold here. Please strike out.
Oh, man.
Please strike out.
Yeah.
I remember when my daughter is like, the slaughter rule. Good.
Exactly. Yeah. There's something about the last few innings or the middle innings of a little league or a sub little league game that it's the longest span of time known to man. where you're hoping for rain, or like you said, the slaughter rule, or whatever.
Yeah. But I'll never forget watching my daughter in baseball. He pitched. I'll never forget this. And the ball went to her. There was a guy on third. The ball went to her, and the ball goes to her. He looks to third, holds the guy at third then gets the guy out at first. So that was a heads up call.
You're right. Yeah, she got the force at third. Yeah.
Yeah. And I said, whoa, that's smart.
That's
and
pretty
I kept
cool.
saying that, and that made her day. It made my day too, because whoa, what a.
Yeah, she knew the situation in her mind. Yeah. That's cool. Does she still remember that?
I haven't asked her.
You should ask her. Just to see if she goes like, wow, yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. What else is up?
Can I throw a question to you? I think we discussed, I don't think we discussed this a little bit. And I have a question I want to ask you. And I've polled my friends on this too.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
I'm ready.
And this is from America. It's an article in the Tribune, full page ad. You can see full page ad.
Chicago Tribune.
Yeah. This to American Airlines CEO Robert Isom from the 14,000 pilots of American Airlines. And I'm going to just read you one paragraph, and I want your comment. Okay. And it says, "Dear Mr. Isom, as you begin your new role as American Airlines CEO, we have a few questions to ask you. American Airlines operational performance has been consistently poor for years, plagued by delays, cancellations, and lost baggage. You have been the airline's president since 2016, giving you a significant 2016, that's 16 years old. That's right. You might throw that out to me.
Thanks. You're right, because you're too young to fly. So
yeah.
Okay.
Giving you a significant voice in decision making. What do you now plan to do differently to remedy this chronic underperformance?" That's the first one. I won't read it. There's 3 other ones there.
All right. So that's just to say again, that's from 14,000 American Airlines pilots.
Airline pilots.
Does it say like the union supporting or anything like that, or
paid for by Allied Pilots Association? The association paid for it.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Well, I guess my thing is like good for them. Good for them. Yeah, because I think it's pretty well known that American Airlines is kind of like service and delays and things is kind of a joke, kind of like a punchline.
Well, on May
think?
4th, it became known to me.
On when?
May 4th, 2022.
What do you mean?
The day of the article.
Oh, that's when you first heard?
Yeah.
Well, I've heard people make jokes about it.
No, I mean, I don't.
All right.
So you think?
I've heard Delta too, though. I've heard Delta too. So okay, all right.
I just think, not that you hide your dirty laundry, but why I wouldn't fly with American Airlines. Hearing this, why would I fly with American Airlines? Tell me all these are problems.
Well, I think that's their point. Their point is, listen.
I know that's the point, but the point right away, the next day I'm canceling my ticket to American Airlines.
So that's their objective. So the guy takes action to, I don't know, maybe it's pay more, maybe it's update infrastructure. I don't know, but isn't that the point to get?
That's the point. But I'm looking at the negative thing that could happen.
Like you're going to lose business right away.
You're going to lose business right away. Wait a minute.
Right.
Let's see. We got this. Maybe we should cut some of these pilots.
Yeah, but I would guess. Oh, it's, well, yeah, that's I would guess that they have gone through the proper like pecking order. Things hadn't been taken, like what their concerns hadn't been addressed. So they did this. Okay, we're going to go public with this to finally get some action. I don't know, but I think that's pretty funny to say. Okay, we'll get rid of 2,000 Let's right here.
Yeah, we'll give it, wait a minute, do we need, how can we make this more,
Efficient.
maybe we have another group, let's look at the, baggage department, maybe we got a clean house there. You know,
Yeah.
all of a sudden people are losing their jobs
Right. Yeah.
because you open your mouth to everybody else, you know.
Well, I'm going to look it up now to see if there's been or not now, but after we're done here to see if there's been a response from him, right? The 16-year-old. Oh, he's probably 17 by now, but okay.
Yeah. There's another question like this. We kind of said, it's not that we're, listeners, we're not scripting all this, none of this is, but you ready? Urine. Can we talk about urine?
Please, I was hoping.
I knew you can't, I couldn't wait for that. Yeah.
Wait a second. I have urine.
JD,
I have
what's
urine
his name?
written down right here.
JD Vance. He won the Republican primary for Senate of Ohio. He was the author of a book, Hillbilly Elegy, and the movie Hillbilly Elegy.
Yeah.
And he made, in his book, and we discussed this, you and I, in his book, he said that things were so tough that his mother was alcohol and booze. His mother asked him once if he could use his urine so she could pass the drug test.
You could use his urine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my point was this: that's very something that he's saying, and it's very transparent. He's telling everybody. Your point is,
my point is that he's thrown his mother under the bus. Meaning, like, you don't. I don't know if you make fun. I don't think you comment or publicize your mother in her downest days. That's all. So I was like, okay, if he included it in, great for transparency, I guess, authenticity. But I think he's a slime ball for doing that.
Some say to me that it's a way to sell books.
Yeah. That's kind of what I mean. I mean, the whole.
But I just took it, I just took it that he's saying how bad things were.
Right. I get it.
So
yeah.
let me just say some other things, if I may.
Wait a second. Let's go back to that for a second. So that line that you just said about him, his mother using his urine, that was in an interview after, or it was actually in the book or in the movie?
I don't know. It was just recently I read that about it. I don't know if it was in, and I think it was in the movie.
Okay, all right.
If
it was in the movie, then I guess that's okay because that's that's my life, good or bad.
But now, as I read you, you're backing down a little bit now, right?
I'm flip-flopping.
Flip-flopping.
I thought it was a comment afterwards of like, yeah, things were so bad, I had to like that. So
just in case, listen, everybody listening to this, he's not a flipper. Mark is not as 20, 60 is not a flipper.
I could be a flipper. It's all right, but I'm not proud. They're winning now. I'm interested.
Depends on the issue.
Yes, exactly.
You know what I like is something I thought would be interesting. Netflix. I like Netflix because with a pandemic, it kept me occupied.
Do you know? Let me ask you a question, just real. Do you know what Netflix and chill is?
No.
Have you heard the term Netflix and chill?
No.
All right. Remember, that's it. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Netflix, just for the viewers, for the listeners, just some videos to see, some movies to see. One, I'm just going down. I have a long list here. One off the top is Inventing Anna. Inventing Anna was really very good. Inventing Anna has 9 episodes. True story. I only like the true stories of a person born in Russia and moves to Germany, and she decides to vet herself as a German heiress, and she fleeces or scams a lot of people on Wall Street about these sort of build a casino or this and that, how she took everybody. She would go out to dinner with people, and she would say all of a sudden, oh, my credit card is somewhere. And the people next to them would say, well, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And she had no credit card. It was like, so she went to jail for a while, but it's something to see. It's something to see not only how it could be scammed, but to see the different scenery in New York City.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I'd like to see that. I'd like to be able to see that. They're like the Hamptons or something like that.
Yeah, right.
So I encourage the listeners to watch that
Okay.
episode.
Yeah, that
Now,
does, that sounds, what?
Can I current say two more people till we have time?
Yeah.
Two more people.
Sure.
Then we get to do the quiz. One is Home Team.
Okay.
Home Team. It's about, I can't remember, about an hour and a half. That's all. It's the story of the true story of Sean Payton, the football coach of the New Orleans Saints,
Yeah, okay.
who was out for a year because of problems with the team. And so he goes back to his son, who was kind of separated from him, and he didn't have a relationship with his son. Make a long story short, he becomes the coach of the high school 8th, 9th graders football team. And then I'll let it go at that.
Oh, okay. All right.
Something to see. True story. Sean,
And that's just an hour and a half or so?
about an hour and a half.
Okay,
And another one is sports wise, if I may say. It's not just sports, it's about it involves baseball, hookers, Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Oh,
Okay. They all
Oh.
come together, they all interconnect.
yeah,
Okay. And this is called Long Shot
yeah.
of a kid.
Awesome.
Awesome. So to see a hooker, Curb Your Enthusiasm, and it's true.
Right. And that's
All
true.
right. I sincerely think that's
Yeah.
something that it was very entertaining.
Yeah, that was great. That was like
You could say,
a great documentary. It was really interesting. Yeah.
yes, it was.
Yeah.
How about if
All
we have time for the New York Times quiz?
Sure.
All right.
All right. I'm ready.
I did do well.
So you took it. So there's no way that you cannot take it, and then we do it together?
Yeah, okay, but I'm more prepared if I do this, like
All
that.
right. You just like to look smart. Okay.
No,
'Cause you
no.
know the answer. All right. Go ahead.
It's something I did like the first 6 right after I back. Holy crap.
All right. All right.
The Supreme Court probably voted to strike down Roe versus Wade for a lead draft. Which justice wrote the draft opinion? Roberts, Barrett, Thomas, Alito, or Sotomayor?
Alito.
Correct. 13 states have passed so-called trigger laws, which effectively ban abortions almost immediately after court overturns Roe versus Wade. Which of the following states has not passed such a law? Arkansas, Idaho, Tennessee, Utah, or Virginia?
Virginia.
Right.
Yeah.
3. The league Supreme Court decision officially announced would overturn Roe versus Wade in which other landmark case? Other landmark case. Brown versus Board of Education, Loving versus Virginia, New York Times versus Sullivan, Oberfeld versus Hodges, or Planned Parenthood versus Casey.
Man, those are all familiar. I don't know which one would fall into that category, except that New York, the New York, I'm going to go with that. New York, what is New York Times you said, or what?
Versus Sullivan.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
It's Planned Parenthood versus Casey.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Well, that
Okay.
makes sense. All
We
right.
just discussed this now, so you know the answer. Ohio had its primary election. Who won the state Republican primary? J.D.
Well,
Vance.
as Donald Trump would say, it was C.J. Honeycutt.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
5. Congress passed a Congress passed a bill, invoked the Land Lease Act of 1941, an effort to aid Ukraine. What was the law's original purpose? To commemorate the attack on Pearl Harbor, to farmers increase U.S. agricultural production, to let Americans fight in other countries for militaries, to let countries fighting Russia borrow money from the U.S. Treasury, to loan weapons to countries fighting Nazi Germany.
Well, the last one.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, yeah. It's a trick question. Okay, all right.
Lend lease, yeah. All right. Which country, which has had some of the highest coronavirus restrictions for international travel this week, began to admit visitors from more than 60 nations? Brazil, Iceland, Japan, New Zealand, or Norway?
It's either New Zealand or Japan. I'm going to say New Zealand.
You're right, New Zealand. Tell me,
Yeah.
is this doing this? Is that making things easier? Is it flowing better?
It shakes it up. It's like a gerbil wheel. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'm having a good time.
Okay. I'm glad. All right. It's
And an
hard on
effort
this
to-
end, or I'm
In
thinking.
an effort to conserve water, Nevada has begun to do what? Ask residents to drink significantly less liquid each day. Ban steam locomotives. You know this?
No, I'm
Build-
leaning into.
Build pipes to connect the state to the Great Lakes. All its efforts to draw in tourists. Remove grass that was planted for aesthetic purposes.
I don't know. Tell me the answer.
Remove grass.
Oh, okay. Hey, you know what? I just got the signal. We've got to wrap it up. All
All
right.
right.
So I will talk to you next time.
Okay. Thank you.
And I will promise to stop. All right.
Where are you? First time in the city? You're going like this?
Look at that. Look at that. Oh my God, look at that. All right. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.